Okay. Hi there, Dr. Romano. Sorry I wasn't able to be in class to present my multiculturalism experience, but um, I appreciate you letting me turn it in online, and I know you said to be creative, so I decided that I would use my technological skill and do my presentation as a video. You should be able to see me. Yeah, you can see me, and you can hear me talking. I'm in my room. And my wife are behind me sleeping. But my multicultural experience, and I'm just going to go through some slides and just talk to you about them. I got quite a few, so I try not to make it real long or whatever. But anyway, so originally you asked us to do our multicultural experience over an area, and in the instructions it wants to know the distribution of the different cultures. And where I did where I lived, so I could kind of keep this stuff accurate. There was 678,000 people that live in the Fort Worth area, and this is how they're distributed. Out of the 678,000, 26.4% of them were Hispanic, and they are in these areas. This is where mainly where I am. Azle right here. This is where I live, and I don't know how familiar you are. Actually, my house is probably like right in this area, and the high school I went to is like right there. But Lake Worth is here. Fort Worth, where all those big cities that you can probably see if you ever go towards Fort Worth, that's right around in this area. And then there's 20. And here's where we are, our campus, where we go to school. Okay, and this is just the distribution of the Hispanic population. If the color is light blue, then that means there's not very many of them there. Not very many Hispanic people there. Most of them are focused right around here in this area in Fort Worth. And then the next one. Okay, this one is the distribution of blacks. Most of them are in the bottom right, and there are 17.7% of that total. And this is Asian. There, and it also had this little section. I don't know if I guess that's just where they are, and then it included that in it. So, but that's in between Dallas and Fort Worth. So, and then where white people are is in this area. So it's pretty cut and dry where everybody's at. I mean, there's white people in top left, and then it just seems to me like they have their own niches where they go. So it's not too surprising that I hadn't seen very many Asian or black or Hispanic people whenever I was growing up. But anyway, so that's just that. Okay, so a part of my multicultural experience is I visited with a lady. Her name was Miss Hisako. She's a really nice lady, and she is really nice to me. She lets me mow her yard, and I got to spend some time with her over the Thanksgiving holidays. And while I was over there, she gave my wife this. It's an origami. It's origami. She made it out of it's paper. There's no glue on that at all, and I just thought it was really neat how in their culture, skill is like the pinnacle of their culture. The more skilled you are, the higher, I guess you would be in their plane. So they pick their skills and they work really hard at them. And her skill happened to be doing origami. She spent a lot of her time doing that. And she's very proud of that. And she gave it to her, and I put it next to a cup so you can see how big it is. But she has some really, really big ones too, like massive ones. But she was like, don't. It doesn't have any glue on it. Be very careful with it. If it comes apart, just bring it back, and she'll put it back together for us. So that was pretty neat. And then I did some other ones. We went to a restaurant, El Cerritos. El Cerrito, there's no S, but this place is not too far from my house, going towards Briar. And it's a Mexican restaurant. The outside of it's really festive and colorful and nice looking. A lot of the teachers frequent that place. They go there all the time, and this is what it looks like on the inside. You can see the festive, like, I don't know, all the colors are like really bright, and they really jump out at you. Like in most restaurants that you go to, there's not like yellow and green, and how they mix their colors is a lot different. Most of the employees there were Hispanic, and the people eating there, they were pretty much all white. I'm pretty sure all these people were Hispanic. They all dressed the same, and they have it. I don't know if we get a good picture, but over here, there's a tortilla station. That guy coming out of the thing, he was actually making homemade tortillas for the customers. There's like a little, there you can see it right there. The station that they make the tortillas for the people to eat. And then we just took some pictures of the things on the wall, chilies, and then they still had the stuff for like Azle, which is where I live. The colors are green and white. Go figure, same as UNT. I took a picture of the menu, and I think we went ahead and we ordered like an appetizer of queso and salsa. It was really good. I liked it a lot. And I guess going back some, whenever you're in there, the atmosphere is nice. All the people are real nice and everything, and they play traditional music, I suppose. They have like trumpets and maracas and things like that, so you really get the feel that it's really drawing from their roots and things like that. So it's another good quality about the restaurant. Chips and salsa, and this is the food. They had rice and beans, and then guacamole, and I don't know, all the stuff that they get. I don't know, just the framework of Hispanic culture always seems to be centered around those things, and like tacos and stuff. And I really like it. Natalie got fajitas, and it came with those homemade tortillas, and then I got the chimichanga. And their plates and everything are real bright colored and real festive-y looking. And then the next place we went was to the Oshioshe hibachi grill. And we didn't get a picture of the outside of the building because it was really dark when we went, so the camera wasn't taking a very good picture of the outside. But we took a picture of the menu. This place, it was not the opposite, but wasn't like the Hispanic one. When you go in the Hispanic El Cerritos, it was real bright and colored, and everything like seemed to jump out at you. But at the Oshioshe Hibachi Grill, it was more calm and quiet, I suppose. Not like like silence or anything, but the colors in there was a lot darker. And not that it wasn't inviting or anything, it was just a different feel. And then the walls and stuff, how they have like the paper walls, and the wood, they had that, like if you can see up there. And everybody there was all Asian. Most of their employees were Asian. I don't even think yeah, I'm definitely sure there was no white people there. And this was, we had the opportunity to either eat at a table or have somebody prepare a meal for us, and I never had somebody do that before, and I think I told you a little bit about it. But we decided together that we wanted to have them cook for us, and they had this grill that's like you sit at it and around it, and the chef brings all his utensils out, and then he takes your order, and then he cooks it right in front of you, so you get to watch him. And then not only is he cooking it for you, but he's like doing like really entertaining things, like preparing the food in a way that's really entertaining. Like that thing he was like making a boat. He took the onions and like cut them and then stacked them on top of each other and then poured some kind of liquid in it. I guess it was some kind of oil, and then whenever he lit it on fire, it I don't know, it flamed out of the top, and then he like moved it across, and while it was moving across, it was like cooking at the same time. And then after he got done with that, he put it inside of the rice, and it was just like, it was all on time. Oh, and then he also, that's the egg. Okay, he had an egg, and he was like bouncing it on his spatula and like juggling it and stuff like that. And then when he got done, he broke it and cooked it. It was, I don't know, it was really neat. And the guy, he was so good at cooking it too. He had no problems with it whatsoever. I mean, he wasn't scared. I mean, he must have do it all the time. He wasn't like an older guy. He was a younger guy. Very interesting. When I was talking to him, he spoke English, but it wasn't like extremely well. So you could tell. But he was really polite. He was really nice, and he smiled a lot. And I don't know. I just got a good feel with him there. That's just where the fire head came up. Right whenever he was cooking, he was pushing that thing over here to this other side. And then, I don't know, just really neat and enjoyable watching him cook. And that's the salad he prepared for us. I think we ordered something like shrimp and things like that. And there's Natalie's waking up. She's going to take care of the baby. I think that's tofu. Natalie, what is that? Tofu? Fried tofu. Natalie ordered some fried tofu. I didn't like that stuff. And there's some soup that came with it. And then the next place we went was Lou's Vietnamese restaurant. This one wasn't as big. It was so like taking pictures of the inside wasn't really beneficial. We went there with our teacher friends, Miss Fikuchi. She wanted to take us there. It's one of her favorite restaurants. When you walk in the door, this one is really nice, and of course it's daytime and the windows are open, so it's real bright in there. But on the wall they have like pictures of what you can order instead of like just having words written down. And right by the words, or right by the pictures, there's a number. And everything, like the menus were very, like Vietnamese, or I don't know how to say it. They didn't have a lot of English in them. They just stuck with their language. They didn't really bend to us at all. It's pretty much them 100%. And you kind of have to like look at it, and then compare the pictures to it. That's how I felt. I mean, it does say it in there, but I didn't get that. I got the feel that it was all Vietnamese, But to accommodate, they put pictures and numbers in there. And the food here was extremely spicy. But I think I did that to myself. There was a choice between either getting like traditional Vietnamese or getting spicy or whatever. I don't know. So I chose the spicy one, and that sucker was spicy. It was really spicy. Where is it? I think that's Natalie's plate, stuff that she had ordered, or Miss Fikuchi, one of the two. And then this is mine. That corn over the cob thing soaked up a bunch of the sauce, so when I bit into it, that sucker was hot. Burnt my mouth really good. I don't know, just more stuff that we did. And anyway, so we went to a lot of restaurants. I have more restaurants that we went to. that's what we that's what our multicultural experience was. It was visiting other cultures and their food and how it was related. Because I think everybody can be tied together with their food, for sure. I mean, everybody eats, and then, like I had said, that I didn't really get to experience a lot of that when I was growing up, so I only get to experience it when I take myself there. So I don't know. We had a great time, and I just want to thank you again for letting me be in your class, and I hope you guys have a good, well, I guess a good rest of your life, because I don't know if I'm ever going to see you again. Thank you for letting me be in there, and I really appreciate all the help that you've given me and the guidance, opening me up to knowing that there are other cultures out there, and that I need to be sensitive to those, and I need to be outgoing and learning about them. I think that you really opened my eyes to that, because, like I said, I haven't had very much experience with that, and I know it's there. So if I ever get in a situation, I know how to deal with a lot of them, and I just appreciate that. Thank you again, and have a great day.